My name is Antony Peattie. I've written a book about Lord Byron, poet, lover, aristocrat and freedom fighter. Byron has fascinated the world ever since 1812 when, as he said, he woke to find himself famous. There are hundreds of books on Byron, but one topic has been neglected: his eating disorder. The story begins with the body. He was 5'8.5" tall and weighed 14 stone 6 pounds, 202 pounds. He was obese. He consulted a doctor and went on a diet. He lost overall 4 stone, 65 pounds. We know that because he weighed himself regularly at his wine merchant's, Berry Brothers of St. James's, where we are now. They used to sell coffee, which is why they have the scales. But he could not stop starving himself. He tried to live on biscuits and soda water, and if they weren't available, he made do with boiled potatoes drenched with vinegar. He looked, he said, like an alabaster vase lighted up within. Byron starved himself for most of his life. It wasn't out of vanity or because his deformed, weak right leg hurt. World Medicine in 1982, the British medical journals since then, have confirmed the diagnosis. It was an eating disorder. My book is the first to treat the subject seriously, which is strange because anorexia nervosa dominates any life. Some 10% of sufferers are male, and it has a 20 to 25% mortality rate. But that's not all. I want to look behind the illness to how it affected Byron's relations with men and women. Byron's compulsion to starve began when he was 18, trapped at home, dependent on his overbearing, alternately cold and overindulgent, overweight mother. She looks very jolly in the portrait, but we have to see things through Byron's eyes. His father married for money and abandoned the family when the boy was 2. Byron's father's absence proved as damaging as his mother's overbearing presence. In later life, Byron longed to be governed or mothered. The woman he loved best, his half-sister Augusta, used to call him Baby B. But as soon as he felt dependent in a relationship, anorexia returned. And he could never bear to see women eat. He soon found a variety of older male role models: his headmaster at school, his boxing coach John Jackson, and Napoleon. Byron also tried to act as the ideal father whom he'd scarcely known, patronizing a series of protégés. Here's Byron with his page, who was also his boxing and sparring partner, in a portrait that Byron himself commissioned and gave to his mother. In Italy, Byron's eating grew less disordered. In a happy relationship with a married Italian woman, he put on weight. It lasted 5 years, but once he felt dependent, anorexia returned. Byron went to fight for Greece's independence from the Ottoman Empire. He tried to starve himself, believing that the spirit's power over the body also entailed the leader's power over his body of men. It weakened his constitution and contributed to his death at the age of 36. With your help, I think the world is now ready for the private life of Lord Byron. Please pledge on the website unbound.co.uk to make this happen.